Welcome back to Retro Sci-Fi Shorts, where I pick at random an old science fiction magazine from a big box of magazines I got and choose a story out of it to read and review. And for this episode, I am reading Isaac Asimov's science fiction magazine, August 1979. And the story I picked out of it was Dreams by Barry B. Longyear. And I always love showing off the art in these. I think they're one of my favorite part of these old science fiction magazines. But this is Alex Stromberg's art for Dreams. Just this crazy sort of sci-fi retro robots chasing these groups of people with axes and clubs and UFOs, and it just this total retro sort of feel to everything that I loved. But I've never read any of Barry B. Longyear's before, so I wasn't sure what I was getting into, and I didn't have any sort of frame of reference to go off of. But um, I wasn't expecting it to be as humorous as it ended up being, and it's on the surface this whimsical, sort of playful science fiction story, but underneath it all was this sort of dark undertone that was always present. That really is what stuck with me the most. It's about dream manipulation and dreams being not just dreams, but sort of portals to other worlds and other versions of you in these worlds, and turning dreams into something deadly and dangerous. But the thing that's overseeing all of this happening to our main character is this entity that he states um, doesn't sleep and doesn't dream. And so just gave me this sort of dark impression and dark feeling of this creature that can readily affect what we dream and enter our dreams itself doesn't dream and doesn't have that same moments of vulnerability or moments of unawareness or anything like that. And so it made it just have this sort of creepy undertone to everything that was going on. And that's what really stuck with me when I was reading it. The protagonist is a science fiction writer, which already gave the story sort of a meta quality to it. And he finds himself sort of slipping into these other dimensions and being guided or controlled by this entity he calls the director, who is basically this dark cloud with many eyes, and he is the bureaucratic overseer of these dream realities. And conceptually, I thought it was this really fun idea, sort of this centralized system that allows people to hop between dimensions, almost like they're flicking channels on the TV set, and being able to choose what dimension they wish to go to, and this overseer allows it. But in execution of the story, it just felt way sillier than it needed to be. I kept wanting the story to pause and sort of explore this deeper and darker side of the story a bit more, but it keeps things light and keeps things moving, and the ending is pretty charming, to say the least. Our writer is eventually given a choice of returning to his true dimension or picking a dimension that he can remain in. And there's no grand moral code, there's no cosmic punishment. It's just this personal decision at the end of a bizarre story. And it's quirky and it's cozy, but it fits sort of the tone of the whole thing pretty nicely. In the End, Dreams was a story that knew exactly what it wanted to be. It wasn't trying to be profound or terrifying, even though it plays with those aspects a little bit. Instead, it was just this playful retro science fiction story that mixed imagination and humor and just enough unease to make you think twice before you go to sleep. It may not have capitalized on its more disturbing concepts, but it was a fun, odd little story that was memorable in its own way. Oh, now we've got the big old box of books, and I'm just going to reach in and pick another one at random. Try to get one from down further. We've got Science Fiction Analog from November 1980. So I will be picking a story from this, and I will see you next time on Retro Sci-Fi Shorts. Thanks.